This time our trip to our land started off with a lot of animals. We found the sheep that we had to drive through, then we found this cute little frog, or maybe he's a toad, in our fire pit. It was a lot of fun starting off our trip. So our son this time wanted to learn how to chop down trees. So this is the first time that he cut down a tree. He was a little bit nervous about it, but his dad is very patient and was able to help him, and you got to start somewhere. Our goal for this trip was to be able to get the road in up to the main cabin. As you can see, we got out one of the stumps. That kind of made us giggle. I'm not sure the stump was very happy about it. What do you think? The road up to the cabin was really overgrown with quaking aspens and had a lot of logs down on it. And when we got there, we realized that we had forgotten our loppers. And we knew that the loppers were the only way to get, well, the fast way to get the quakies that were in the road out of the way. So my son and I ran back into town, which is about an hour to an hour and a half round trip. And while we were gone, my husband was able to clear a lot of the down trees out of the way. And when we got back, we were able to quickly lop off the rest of the quakies. It was unseasonably warm this time up at our land, and it was really, really hard to work in such hot heat without a lot of shade. But as we cleared the quakies, it started to open up a lot, so we could hopefully get the car in. The hard part is that I didn't really want to cut down these trees because, it's kind of sad because it's new life growing. But there's a lot on the land, a lot of new quakies, and so we knew these ones had to go. So the goal was to clear the road to get up to the cabin, and guess what? We cleared the road to get up to the cabin. No problem. So we're excited that we were able to get the truck all the way up into the cabin area because this is also the area that has the septic tank. And when the fire went through this area, it burned part of the septic that was in the cabin area, but not where the risers are for the septic. So we want to have someone come in and inspect the septic tank just to make sure that it is safe to use before we start using it. So that's the next step. Now that we have the road in, we can get someone to come up and take a look at it. As you'll recall, the first day when we were doing things, we made this big pile of wood. But after more talking about it, my husband and I did realize that big pile of wood is the only place right now that we can pitch a tent. So my son and I decided that we needed to move that whole pile of wood back behind the fire pit, which we did. The last thing we needed to accomplish was to be able to get our camp trailer. This horse trailer is actually our camp trailer and is full of all our camping supplies. We need to get it up and onto our land so that we could leave it there so that we can bring up other supplies on a trailer in the future. And we accomplished that. So now our trailer is there and a spot to pitch a tent. More work to come. And our trip ended with a trip through the cows. So we started with sheep and ended with cows. All in all, it was a hot but great weekend. If you're enjoying watching the process of us working on this land, be sure to follow so you can get all the latest updates. Thanks for watching.